to support and cherish each other until death, so that your years together will be the living out in love of the pledge you now make. May your love for each other reflect the enduring love of Christ to his church. As you face the future together, keep in mind that the sacrament of marriage unites you with Christ and brings you through the years the grace and blessing of God our Father. Marriage is from God. He alone can give you the happiness which goes beyond human expectation and which grows deeper through the difficulties and struggles of life. Put your trust in God as you set out together in life. Make your home a centre of Christian family life. In this you will bequeath to your children a heritage more lasting than temporary wealth. The Christian home makes Christ and his church present in the world of everyday things. This is your understanding of marriage. Have you come here of your own free will and choice and without compulsion to marry each other? Will you honour each other in marriage all the days of your life? Are you willing to accept with love the children God may send you and bring them up according to the law of Christ and his church? I invite you then to declare before God and his church your consent to become husband and wife.
I take you Carmen as my wife, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and in death, all the days of my life.
I, Carmen, take you Marcs as my husband, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, for sickness and in death, all the days of my life.
What God joined together, man must not separate. May the Lord confirm the consent you have given and enrich you with his blessing. Now the blessing to me. Almighty God, bless these rings, symbols of faithfulness and unbroken love. May Caroline and Marc always be true to each other. May they be one in heart and mind, and may they be united in love forever. Through Christ our Lord.
Video, he's taking photographs.
He works hard. Huh? Right, what do you
Except I'll try.
You wouldn't even say hello.
Coming up to close up.
How's your dog, sweet?
Go.
Well done, Valerie. Do your own commentary there, Pat. It's probably more fun.
Well,
Don't tell lies, you see.
I can't see under all the hats. You have to look up in the air, girls. Girls. We don't believe you. Come on, more. Say a few words. Say a few words.
He's good in the close-up, isn't he? Can you see through it?
That's very fun. Yes, it was very Yeah.
Hey, Helen.
Look at that lovely bright day out there. What's happening to you? What's happening?
It's easy to forget someone that has
I spotted you.
Those things are dangerous.
Stop me, you're doing that. That's the garden.
Take a picture of the girls with the big boobs.
Yeah.
Just got the maid 10 minutes ago on break.
But we have 10 minutes in there. Like you were talking about just taking children there. We did it for years and years. One of the years that they used to get most of the students in September. If we could take it longer term, like for 6 months. This is an adult. So this guy got out. When I say he was.
Not talking taking it to toilets. We're going to cook the cake.
Julie, how many parts of cement did you use?
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call on Mr. Eugene McEldowney, who's just going over a speech there. Hello? Is there the father of the bride to say a few words? Thank you very much.
Maura has warned me that she's got a whistle, and if anybody goes over 10 minutes, she's going to blow the whistle and give them a yellow card, so I better get moving fast. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, especially those who travel long distances. That includes my son Gavin, who came the whole way from Australia. Mr. Jerry O'Hare down here, who travelled at great expense the whole way from Malahide. Father Cooney for performing a very moving and memorable ceremony, which I will always remember. And I'd also like to send like to send our best wishes to Monsignor Houlihan, who was supposed to perform the wedding ceremony and who was taken ill and is now in Beaumont Hospital, but we all like to wish him a very speedy recovery. I'd like to thank Tom Murphy and the staff of the Bailey Court Hotel for a wonderful meal, and I must say I was really bowled over with them. Julia, who baked the cake. And Julie, where's Julie? Julie, who iced it. Thank you very much, Julie. And Maureen, where's Maureen? Maureen, who supplied all the flowers and did the wonderful floral decorations in the church. Thank you very much indeed, Maureen. And Robert, the best man, who was indispensable in organising the small things like the suits for the wedding party and the stags, the groom's stag night. That's what's known as a Freudian slip. He took us out to this hostelry in Dublin, where some of the party had the dubious honour of being barred before they even got into the pub. And if I tell you that the people who run the pub are a bunch of messers, and that the GAA Cup is named after them, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. In fact, I'd like to thank everybody who had anything at all to do with this very, very wonderful day. Love stories have to begin somewhere, and this particular love story begins 4 years ago, when Caroline came home and told Maura and I that she had just met this wonderful guy who drove a sports car and had a big job and was very handsome and was taken to driving her out around the country and wining and dining her just in the style to which she had grown accustomed and which she so richly deserves. And it made me think how things had changed, because when I was courting her mother here, my good wife Maura, I think the biggest treat we ever had was a fish supper in Freddie Fusco's chip shop in our down, with Jerry O'Hare knows well. We just didn't have any money in those days. But anyway, I thought things were sort of moving along, and Caroline came in one evening and she said that she'd just been out with Marc on this beautiful drive down the country, and they had a wonderful meal in this wonderful hotel where there was this wonderful lady who spent the whole evening fussing over them, particularly when she discovered that Marc had a legally held shotgun. And when I said, "Where is this place?" she said, "Jack White's Inn in Britas Bay." That's a true story, that's true. I should tell you that when Caroline was growing up, she was one of those kids that are best described as an accident waiting to happen. Caroline was forever falling off horses and falling downstairs and getting sent to the school principal for messing in class and driving all the teachers around the bend. But anyway, things came to a head about 18 months ago when Caroline and Marc were on a skiing holiday in Andorra. They really are a pair of yuppies, aren't they? And Maura and I, by coincidence, were on holidays in Lanzarote. And I was sitting on the balcony one Sunday afternoon, just finished my lunch, trying to decide whether I should have another brandy, when the phone rang, and it was Marc. And the first thing that struck me was, my God, she's after skiing over a cliff. He said, something's happened. And I said, don't tell me she skied over a cliff. He said, no. He said, it's worse than that. He said, I'm after proposing to her and thinks she's going to accept. No, that's not what he said at all. He said, I have a favour to ask of you. And I said, oh yeah, this guy wants me to bring him home some duty free. And he said, can I have your daughter's hand in marriage? And I thought, well, it's true what they say, the age of chivalry is not dead. And of course I said, yes, you can have her, you can take her tax affairs, you can look after her bank accounts, her car insurance, and tell her I want my mobile phone back. And of course I went right back out to the balcony, poured myself a large brandy and on the phone to the bank manager. Caroline has been a wonderful daughter. She's loving and generous, and she has a tremendous sense of humour that she got from her mother. She got her good looks from me. I'm very proud of my daughter Caroline, and I'm very proud of my son Gavin. And I think that it's every father's wish that his daughter would meet a good man who will love her and care for her. And it makes me very happy today to know that Caroline has found such a man in Marc.
Here, here.
I know that he will love her, I know that he will care for her, and I'm very proud to welcome him today into the McIlveen family. I forgot to tell you that Marc is also a do-it-yourself enthusiast. So, I know today that I'm not losing a daughter. I'm getting a plumber, an electrician, a bricklayer. So I think I'm getting a good deal out of all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, Father Cooney, I'd like you to charge your glasses and drink a toast. Long life and happiness to the bride and groom. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one other thing that I forgot to tell you. Caroline had a very deprived childhood. She told us one day, about 3 years ago, that there were two things she regretted when she was growing up. One was that we always took her on her holidays to Italy. And the other one was, believe it or not, that we never had a magician at her birthday party. Well, Caroline, today I'm going to set it all right because Skippy Cooper is about to come in the door. Where is it?
You always want a little rabbit in here. You always want to be a little rabbit. But I didn't tell him up. He said eating for the lamb. You? That's Might be here today? He said, not let us know.
Beat that, as they say.
Eugene, thanks a million. Cindy, you're a star. Now, unfortunately, Marc has to try and top that. So we'd like to call him the broom. with this head of hair, you know, and the groom to say a couple of words.
Well, how do you top that? The guy who writes books. I just should have given you my speech and you could have read that. No, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's really great to see you all here. Thanks a million for coming. God, I'm just nervous here. For the first time today. What was I going to say now? I know, you have it all written down here. Should have still too much. I can't read this, right? Anyway, I shouldn't be nervous for the amount of times I've been on the Jerry Ryan show.
Take off your hat.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, my wife and myself would like to... I'd like to thank the following people, but I'm sure Karen would like to say a couple of words herself later. But I suppose the tradition says my wife and myself would like to thank the following people. Thanks to Eugene and Maura for putting on such a great day. It's absolutely fantastic. And thanks for providing me with such a fantastic bride. I hope I can live up to all your expectations. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you, I really mean that. Really, thanks a million. I know some of you are travelling from the States, Australia, Belfast, God knows where. Galway. Yeah, you can go back to Galway.
3 years ago.
Once you leave your present though, that's it. And speaking of presents, Jesus, you've all been so generous. You know, it's astounding. This really is. It's the presents and the good wishes, and it's absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it, or we still can't believe it. You know, the amount they're just incredible. Thanks a million, everybody.
That BMW was gorgeous.
It was Thanks, Cindy. Just leave your bank account. Just leave your bank account number here and I'll arrange the direct debits to go straight.
Thought you wanted to swap.
That piece of shit. Sorry, Father.
You would beat your ass any day.
I would like to thank my mum and dad for their support over the last 29 and a half years. And the run up to the wedding, they've been fantastic. It's, you know, I don't know how you can describe your love for your parents, but like they've just been absolutely fantastic over the last 29 and a half years. I'd also like to thank Caroline for saying yes. And how she absolutely looks fantastic today. Speech will go on for a while yet. I'd also like to thank her for all the effort that she put into organising the wedding. Like literally, she has done practically everything. You know, organised everybody to do everything, and all. No, fairness, that came a bit rough. No, fairness, she's devoted nearly every spare minute for the last 6 months, going out at lunch times in work, going up to this and there, and organising to go and see that, and spend going down to Pennies and couple of months have asked me, says, how do you know that this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with? And my answer is simple. I just couldn't imagine the rest of my life without Caroline in it. The next person I have to say thanks to is Robert. He has been unbelievable. The last couple of weeks, Jesus, you know, he has really gone above and beyond the call of any best man. And Gareth, take note. The book is in the post. We finished within about 20 minutes. But he's organised a stag weekend down the Shannon, which was really fantastic. And it's a pity, you know, more we couldn't make it, but it really was a great weekend.
If we were invited.
Thanks to Paulie. Thanks to Paulie and Tom for putting us up down there.
Yeah. Tom has never been the same since.
I just like to say thanks to Robert for all the organisation he's done. Getting me, like, even last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, he was ironing my shirt. You know? There's rooms men and there's best men. It's a far cry from when we were kids fighting up in our bedroom. Thanks a million. I'd also like to thank my groomsmen Kevin Hogan and Gavin McEldowney. Especially Kevin, he's been great support over the last couple of weeks. Not saying you haven't been on the phone with Gavin or anything like that. I know Australia's expensive, but Kevin, thanks a million. Like, the guys be on the phone at least once a day, twice a day, saying everything all right, anything I can do. You know, he's really.
And he rang Mark up once a week.
No, he's been fantastic, and yeah. I think he suspected all that, but I'm going to at this point, I'd also like to wish Kevin and Mary, who are getting married tomorrow, 5 weeks.
We're all invited.
Wish them all the best in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, once again, thanks a million, Gavin and Kevin. The bridesmaids. Well, don't they look fast? Well, the bridesmaids, don't they look fantastic? I wasn't a married man. The only thing we passed today, I know Jennifer's been great help as well over the last few weeks with Karen and Heron and having to get bits and pieces.
Hair growth.
Again. Thanks, girls.
Thanks.
I'd also like to thank Father Coon stepping in at the last minute and doing absolutely superb job. Really, thank you, Father. You know, I know. Thanks a million, Father. And you really, I just sent a couple of friends last night when I went across the pub. After I went across the pub.
On your last night.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I went into church and I expected to come out and say, this is when I'm going to feel nervous. I'm going to go into the church now tonight and it's going to hit me and it's going to, but I actually came out of the church more relaxed than when I came in. Thanks. And that's after the rehearsal, of course. Thank you. Again, I would like to thank Maureen. Like, this is when I guess is sort of repetitive. We should have checked our speeches out and see who we're thanking and all that. But again, I'd like to thank Maureen for doing the flowers, Julie for doing the icing, and my mum for baking the cake. Thanks a million all. Thanks. I'd like to thank Tom Murphy. They have been fantastic, and the rest of the staff around here. You've been fantastic team. Absolutely finally, I'd like to raise a toast to the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. May, yeah, politically correct. May you find a partner like I found this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, to the bridesmaids and groomsmen.
Mark, on behalf of the stunning bridesmaids and the not so stunning groomsmen, probably more handsome than stunning, and I thank you for your kind words, which is probably the first time myself and Mark have ever complimented our sister in public. Which is nice, not before time, gentlemen. I think Mark has covered most of the thank yous and Eugene as well. So I'm not going to go over them again. Just thanks to anybody and everybody who has come, who has sent the best wishes, who has. Who's phone is that?
Tommy
Who has. Everybody's come, sent the best wishes and sent presents or whatever. Anyone who's Bernie Murphy, who is obviously too sick to be. We will not be able to be with you on your very special day, but they'll be thinking about you at this very moment. And they actually rang this morning. Now, I have one here from a letter, which Karen has highlighted for me. And I have re-highlighted what I'm going to read. This is from who? Kevin in Spain. He says, have a drink for myself and Jerry. So they've done that one, anyway. Another very special one here from somebody who's probably as close to family as you can say. We look forward to the housewarming and recognising all our old carpets and curtains for the town. Every always say, but I'm still waiting for my old carpets and curtains, so I don't remember. The other one says, hope you had a great day. We know he's a hard taskmaster. And we're so pleased to get a little break when he's on honeymoon. If you can soften him up, we would be so grateful. Oops, not too much so that he won't function. It's nice to have an old telegram as well. We got from WAP phones and emails and all the rest of them, and faxes and everything. We still have a telegram from Marc's good friend Philip Dunn and family over in Guernsey. So that's a nice one to have from Philip. Last, and again, bear with me, this is from Enda. Who I would love to see here today, and I'm sure all his friends and Mark Farrell would love to see him here today, and he would love to be here today, but unfortunately he can't. He's actually in Australia, and he's written a little poem. It is a big poem. It's little when you're looking at this though. You can't read it. So, I'll finish off with this poem, courtesy of Enda. Thanks, Enda, for writing me a poem. and we'll have a little toast. A little poem with many rhymes is just a thing at wedding times. Reminds us of the joys of life, and Mark and Caroline, man and wife. It's good to set down all the same, a few ground rules to start the game. Some things to think about alone when all the guests have long gone home. Things to do and things to say to brighten up each other's day. Dump the pub and take up swimming. Keep your eyes off other women. And men, as here in brackets, Mark. Caroline, your task is easy. Remember things that make him queasy. Forget the beans and cauliflower or broccoli at any hour. Pizza, steak and chips to gear, and every week a crate of beer. But not too much, because then you'll fatten. Too late. we all prefer a thin Mark pattern. Only used to. Mark, your task I do not envy, trying to stop that shopping frenzy. All those big old shops in town, you've had to shut the whole lot down. You're going to have to buy a plane, as I think she's rather fond of Spain. No more boozing, no more stubble. You know it's really worth the trouble. I guess right now you're both real happy. Tomorrow you'll be feeling crappy. The hard work's done, the bride's been kissed. Now go have fun and I'll get kissed.
Where do you hear the confession here now?
Many problems I had.
You hear the spooking talking? She's impressed. Well, she's falling for it.
Yeah, go away.
We heard it all.
Sorry. No, then I came home and I cleaned up the car and put the spring on the car.
I said they're very big.
Pushing the bus. What would you like I heard about? Let's do it. Part of this, you always get in the recordatory, don't you?
Marcs is out to get fresh air.